Corriendale Farm. We are a year 3 Oklahoma flower farm that sells retail market bouquets from our roadside stand. It's Friday night and it's the night before Easter weekend. So we're anticipating tomorrow to hopefully break records for our farm sales. It's funny because of the way the calendar worked out with Easter coming so soon to our opening day. Last weekend, we sold the most bouquets we've ever had in our now 3 years of flower farming, which is super exciting. But it's a holiday and everyone wants beautiful flowers for their Easter table. And so we're anticipating a really big turnout. And one of the reasons I think there's going to be a huge turnout is our ranunculus is blooming. So last weekend our bouquets just had tulips in them, but now we have the ranunculus going and they are seriously going. These 3 buckets I harvested today, and I actually have at least 10 more buckets stuffed around the property in our various coolers. And by coolers, I just mean refrigerators. So Eric, let me show you this one. This is what all of our fridges look like right now. There's 3 of them. So we have a lot of stems. And we have a lot more stems than we did last weekend.
Oh, what was the other fridge?
Well, this one doesn't have quite as many.
We actually just grabbed
this
from
one's
our neighbor.
been open, yeah. So,
but I mean, like, we're just...
I know. And then there's 4 more in the other fridge.
We're just stuffed. Here's the vampire
Those are
flowers.
the vampire flowers, yeah. Those are going in the jars. But the kids were fussing with us. We've been stockpiling our tulips. Tulips in Oklahoma are very quick because we heat up so quickly and they do just like throw their blooms super quickly. And so pretty much our tulips are over. We have like maybe 100, 200 left in the field to harvest. But what I did last weekend is I basically pulled out half of our tulip stock and that's what we sold. And so the other half is here. I pulled these out this morning. So they've been rehydrating here in our flower cottage all morning so that I could actually start making bouquets tonight. Normally I get up really early on Saturday morning and make our bouquets. That totally worked when we were putting like 30 or 40 bouquets out into our stand. That's not going to work when I'm trying to potentially even make 100 bouquets. I'm fast.
100.
100.
125.
No, Eric's crazy.
Can I have 130?
No.
The most.
The bidding
you've
is
ever
over.
made.
No. If I make more than 75, it's the most bouquets you've ever made. You crazy man. Eric calls me.
If we're going to sell out, we need 125. Let's do it.
I can't. I'm going to make
How many can you make?
Stop it. I'm going
Let's
to
take
make.
bets.
I'm going to make every single flower we have that's blooming, and I do not know how many that will be. But what I was trying to say is you call me a robot, but even a robot can't move that quickly in the morning. So I have flower robot. So I need to make a bunch tonight and then get up and make the rest in the morning. And then that way I won't be as stressed in the morning. And I don't know about you, but this is like hour 7 of our farm day today.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired, but
What else did we do today?
yeah, some of the other things we did is we pulled up all of our frost cloth, which honestly was practically therapeutic because we've been touching that frost cloth like every day since December. And so I braided it all up in the way we store it, got it in a pile, and hopefully we won't have to see it until December of this year. So frost cloths was pulled up and we cleaned up some of the space around the farm. We also, for some crazy reason, but probably because I'm going to be more tired tomorrow, we planted our Lisianthus. And so that went into the 3rd row of our tunnel, which previously has just had a silage tarp on it. So we planted our Lisianthus. It was 6 plug trays and we order plugs for Lizzie's. So that was a bit exhausting when I started placing them out and the row just kept going and going and going. I was like, maybe we overcommitted the task, but we had to get it done. Eric.
This is the early Easter.
I know. I know.
Everything has to happen.
No, I know. They have to get planted out. It just like today, it was just exhausting.
They'll sit there, tiny little.
Yeah, they'll sit there and do nothing. And we'll stare at them and be like, are you alive? And then in May, they'll start growing when it gets hot.
Exactly.
So that's what's going to happen in the tunnel. Last year, we grew our Lizzies in the field and they did fine. But tunnel Lizzies are supposed to be even more primo because just like a snapdragon or a ranunculus, the stems get a lot longer. And so I'll be interested to see if that is the way it works out for us. We are having like practically hurricane Oklahoma winds outside. So that's why we keep darting our eyes to the windows because we're like, are we going to blow away with some of these gusts? So that made it fun working today. But I'm going to start with these ranunculus. I should say this because I know a lot of you that watch us are flower farmers, or you want to be and you're very interested in the like business and marketing side and how some of the decisions are made. Not just like how do you grow a ranunculus, but like what do you do with it? And last weekend we just had tulip bouquets. And so our bouquets all cost $25. And in those bouquets I had 12 stems, give or take. And this weekend, because I know everyone is obsessed with ranunculus, I don't want to turn the tulips into like the ugly stepsister by having bunches of tulips and bunches of ranunculus. All the ranunculus sell out, and then for the next hour I have to listen to people be disappointed and then buy the bunches. What I'm going to start with is I'm going to do a mixed bouquet of tulips and ranunculus so that everyone at least gets to experience a ranunculus stem if that's why they're coming. But also the tulips are beautiful. It is tulip season. Enjoy the tulips while they last because this is going to be it. So I think what I'm going to do in my head, my recipe is 6 tulip stems and 4 ranunculus. The reason being, ranunculus are just more expensive. It is a higher price in the per stem count because they're just more expensive. They're more fussy to grow, all the labor, blah, blah, blah. And so if we mix them, everyone gets to experience a ranunculus, and most people, their only experience with a ranunculus is maybe in their wedding bouquet. So I totally get the excitement. So everyone can have some ranunculus, they can enjoy the tulips, and then if towards the end I run out, you know, like my ratio is not perfect, then I'll just make some straight bunches, whether it's straight bunches of ranunculus or tulips. And then that'll be, I have to think through that. It will probably be 9 stems of ranunculus if it was a straight bunch, and then 12 with the tulips, depending on how these ratios work out. But I'll give you a brief at the end, like in the morning when we have all the bouquets made, we'll have all our exact numbers and stuff, but that's how I'm thinking about it right now. But our ranunculus look, I mean, I can't believe we did it. I'll be honest, like in full humility, I was super stressed about them because we did a trial last spring, but it's a lot easier to grow like 20 corms and feel confident. And then you go and plant 1,300 corms and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? But it worked, and it worked beautifully. And I'm just absolutely thrilled. And I also totally get why ranunculus are like the queen of spring flowers. I get it now that I'm seeing them in person. I'm fully converted. Well, is the peony the
because
queen?
They're so picky.
But is the peony the, well, how are we?
People can't grow them, but like tulips can grow everywhere.
Yeah, but how are we determining queen status?
What would be the most?
Well, I feel like a queen is
would be
fussy.
what people would associate with.
Yeah, but I feel like a queen
spring.
is fussy and unattainable, and that's a ranunculus. A tulip is like a duchess.
I just
where,
mean like, when people say, "What name a spring flower?" What would they say?
Well, most people don't know.
They would say tulip, right? Maybe daffodil.
Yeah, so that makes it more pedestrian, and a queen can't be pedestrian.
Oh.
I hope you guys
regal.
Vote in the comments.
What spring?
What flower is the queen of spring?
We haven't done our
The only
cover at the end of
competition would be peony. Tulips are not even in the running.
But
Bless
when
your
does summer
heart, but
start?
no.
Summer, late May.
Summer is June.
Okay, so peony, tulip,
All right,
ranunculus.
vote in the
daffodil.
comments. That's the secret. Daffodil, please. Daffodil is like a baron. It's like a baroness. It's like not even in the running. Like, bless your heart, Daffodil. Yeah, they don't play nicely with others, so they're in their own little area being segregated because they want to fuss with everyone. It's like our 4-year-old. Just does not play well with others right now.
That's funny.
But yeah, so what we were saying is the plan is I'm going to make a bunch of bouquets now. We'll see how far into this I get. Like I said, there's 8, 9 more buckets about the property. So we'll see what happens. My guess is I probably will end up with a lot of straight ranunculus bunches, which I think people will be thrilled about. But I do want to give a mix. You can't make everyone happy. So I'm sure Nancy, Karen, Daisy Joe will be there and say, well, I just wanted tulips. And I'll be like, well, can't make everyone happy. So here we are. Unfortunately, again, if you watched our previous video and my anti-jar status that I do have to make a couple more jars because I have some shorty tulips to use, but this will be the last of the jars. We'll say goodbye to you until next spring. And hopefully next spring we don't have short tulips and I can just forever say goodbye to jars, but jars have one more weekend. But the most exciting thing, oh my goodness, the most exciting thing that we have to talk about, no, like the most exciting thing that we have to talk about is we have upgraded, not just updated, we've upgraded our flower stand. So we have to give you a tour. We have to talk about it. It is incredible. Obviously, it's an investment that makes me do a big gulp. But then when I think about all the reasons why we did it, it's like we're going to be able to pay this off because of what it's going to give us in expansion opportunities, weather protection.
Well, let's go outside right now. Let's just.
Yeah. Well, we have the
show.
mic. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Let's show them why we need weather protection.
Show you why you need facilities in Oklahoma.
Well, don't blow away. That would be tragic. People can't feel the magnitude of the gust.
Well,
here it comes. You can hear it's like a freight train. Don't blow away, guys. There it is. There it is.
What?
The wind, baby. It's crazy. But you can see the flower stand over there.
should we just go up to it?
Yeah, should we do a little tour? So we'll obviously probably do like a when it's all finished and done tour, because it's going to take me some time to decorate it with my mom exactly how we want it in the interior. But we had a cement slab poured. We were going to do it on just gravel, but our property is very much on a slope, and so that was getting kind of tricky and anchoring it correctly, like with these winds and storms and tornadoes that we get. So we had a cement slab poured. Eric did it with his buddy, which was awesome to watch and learn about. And then we had this structure come and be built on it. It was assembled on site, not just delivered. It was a crew that came and they built it so quickly, which is awesome. But it's carport style, not like a finished shed like our flower cottage is. And it's 12 by 20 with really high ceilings. It's a little bit bigger than we probably need, but in this style of carport that we wanted to go for, that was the smallest size. But it gives us lots of room to expand. But we went with a garage door opening instead of French doors, so we could have wonderful light in there, so it didn't feel kind of like a dark cave, which I didn't want either. With the cement slab and how open it is, it just doesn't feel like a dark cave that you're trying to ask people to come into to buy flowers. Like, I think it feels really inviting, and especially as we add decor in there and we really make it a fun place to be in and take photos of. I'm really excited to share it with everyone. But my mom is in there working on a sign. My mom has beautiful handwriting, so obviously I have to get her to do it. So we're working on still decorating it. It's going to take the right time to find like the right furniture and the right setup and decor we want, but we have it built and it's Easter. It's going to be our biggest weekend. So we want to get it ready. And Eric had a really great idea of putting our old sweet flower stand, the history of our flower farm, in here. And the reason in his mind was pure logistics, because the cash box is already bolted to it and our iPad payment system is already bolted. And so we don't have to make any holes in the wall or use any furniture that doesn't really fit proportionally in here. But it also gives you a good idea of how big the space is, that our old stand just like fits in the corner. But I think it'll be fun because the stand has been wonderful for us. I didn't want to just like put it in the back of the property and have it just live a slow decaying death in the backyard. So you can live in here, and I think it's really cute, and it makes it look like a cute farmer's market shop in here. My mom, because she has beautiful handwriting, like I said, is working on our sign, so she's in the process of that, and then Eric will hang it up, so that's what will greet people. But we'll do a tour in the morning when we have all the flowers out, and you can kind of see the layout that our customers will experience when they come in tomorrow morning.
While they're beating down the gates, we'll
I
just
know.
do a gentle tour.
Right. And then it'll be like the Roman Colosseum. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we have going on tonight, all day that we've been working on. Like I said, it's already what? I looked at my clock. It's like 7:30. I need to get going. I need to at least make, I feel like if I make, I need a goal.
Just make 50.
Just,
It takes you an hour.
just make 50, the man
50.
says to me. He's a slave driver, you guys. I can't even with him.
Make 50.
Just make 50. Just make 50. It'll be fine. Just make 50.
You can do it.
Okay, well, then I guess I need to make 50. We'll see how far it goes. But because opening weekend went so well and people were so thrilled, I'm a little less nervous about tomorrow because I know people are going to come. There's been a lot of excitement on our Facebook posts. I know people are going to come. What stresses me out is I hate when everyone who wants a bouquet doesn't get one. I know it's wonderful from a marketing perspective when you sell out because you have a really high demand product, and that's great for your brand, but it's never fun when people are disappointed. But I have to get over that. That's my own problem. So the plan is to make 50 bouquets tonight and then probably 50 or more tomorrow. Stock the stand. My parents are here. Eric's always so helpful. So the stand will be staffed probably to help with quicker checkout, especially because we have a lot of new customers and everything. But it's definitely, this weekend is definitely going to be like the peak of spring because it's like ranunculus and a holiday collide. And then I totally anticipate it like going back down a little bit. And I also know our flower volume is going to decrease a bit because the tulips are done and stuff. So it's a little bit like survive Easter weekend. And then I think we can take a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, right. It's spring. Crush us.
Yeah, but like,
The ranunculus are just dumping out.
stop
so
it,
many
stop it. I'm
stems.
trying. No, I cannot sustain this
But
pace
our
right
break
now.
weekend is a lowly 50.
Stop it. I can't sustain this pace right now with you. I need to get working.
Well, good morning. It's another overcast day so far. Today, though, expected to be a much warmer day than last week was because I've got short sleeves on and it's the day before Easter. Let's see, have we made more bouquets than we have ever done before? Let's crack the flower vault and see what's happening. Commence flower vault opening. And, oh my gosh. What has happened in here?
Have you ever seen so many flowers?
What is occurring?
We're running out of buckets is what is occurring.
Oh my goodness. This is insane. It's a sea of flowers. What are we up to?
When Mom and I finish here, we'll have 140. And you told me 125.
And you haven't even gotten all the ranunculus.
So we have like 5 buckets.
Wow. Holy cow.
I hope people are going to show up because this is so many flowers. I don't think we're going to sell it as quickly. I think we're going to have one of those like open for longer, but not the like sad drive-bys. So that's good.
All right, Claremore, if you want flowers, we've got them today.
So we're in our new stand. Come in, it's all set up. We've got our new sign my mom did. We've got all of our nice steel buckets out and displayed on our table. We've got a beautiful new sign. This space is so big that it swallows up flowers. But this is actually not even all of the flowers. Our golf cart is full of 9 more buckets. But the cool thing about the design of the flower stand is we put a side door here, which is on the other side of the farm fence that people can't access. So just through this door is our cart, Birdie, filled with flowers, so I can easily restock through this door. And I don't have to go on the car side where everyone is and kind of like weave my way through everyone. I can just kind of have side access, which I'm really excited about. But it's so calm in here. I don't care if it's windy. I don't care if the sun gets going on the flowers because they're just in here, and this is exactly why we wanted to buy this space. I'm hoping because of how big it is and the width of the door and everything, a lot of people can be in here shopping. I'm posting my social media marketing. I was just posting something and it uploaded. But I'm hoping that because a lot of people can fit in this space, it means more people can shop and check out quicker. And then the car line will move quickly as well. But because I made so many bouquets, I think the count is 139, which is crazy. I mean, that's almost double last week. And last week was our biggest that we've ever made. So I don't know, maybe I'm being a little over aggressive, but I think the amount of bouquets we made means we can be open for longer. And then it won't be as painful with the sad drive-bys that happen. So I'm probably not going to staff this the entire time, probably for the first hour, which will be the crazy flurry. And then I wouldn't be surprised if we were open until noon or later with like the slower trickle stragglers that get their act together in the morning that want to come by for flowers. So I don't know. I'm actually kind of nervous because that's a lot of bouquets to sell. I'm looking at Eric's face right now for assurance. He's grimacing at me. What have we done?
At 8:20.
Okay, yeah, at 8:20, we open at 9 and there's already 2 cars there, which stresses me out because one, who wants to sit in their car for 40 minutes? Yikes. Also, they're like on a busy road, just like sitting there. So I'm actually gonna run inside to get a bite to eat. Also, so I don't have to like stare at them because I'm not gonna open the gate early. So it's 10:15 and I feel like you guys should never listen to me again because apparently I have no ability to estimate flowers and I have no ability to estimate our customer demand because we are sold out. And not only are we sold out of the 139 I made when you guys saw that just a little while ago, but like halfway through, we realized we weren't gonna have enough. And so my mom and I emptied out all of our coolers, made 40 more bouquets, and my daughter is just handing out the last one. We just sold the last one. So like, I don't know the exact count because in the flurry, it was just chaos, but we're around in the 170s, maybe even 180 for Easter. And it's done like in an hour. We're not seeing any drive-bys right now, and it definitely slowed down a bit at the end, which makes me feel a little better because I hate the sad, like, sorry, we're out. But oh my gosh. I know I sound a bit of a broken record, but I think with the calendar, the fact that we had opening day and then we had Easter jammed together, it's just feeling like such a launch into our third flower season. I'm so thankful that we had an awesome Easter that exceeded expectations. We obviously have some farm chores to do here with the rest of our Saturday energy. It's clear, and this is a wonderful problem to have, so 0 complaints from us. It's clear that our issue is scaling up for the demand that we've created, and Eric and I are gonna need to plan and think about it because our biggest limiting factor is labor because Eric works full-time. This is not my full-time gig because I've got 4 kids and we homeschool, and so we're trying to scale up in a smart way that works for our family. And so we need to talk about just how we match demand in a wise way. But if you're going to have a problem, having overwhelming demand is a better problem to have than how do you get more customers. So 0 complaints, incredibly thankful, a little bit overwhelmed, but excited for the rest of the season. And I think maybe I need to go fertilize my ranunculus and thank them extra so they give me a lot of blooms for next Saturday because I clearly have no idea what's going to happen. Okay. No, my mind like literally just went blank. I was like staring into these ranunculus and had no thoughts thereafter.
They just captivated you.
They really
Queen.
did. The queen. Well, the voting hasn't happened yet, so we don't actually know if these are queens or princesses. Maybe they're just princesses. The lowly princess or duchess.
Okay, there you go. We just got our blooper for the end of the video. But my mind just went blank.
Staring at. No,
into
but
these
like
ranunculus.
they're so pretty on
Yeah.
layers. Like look
This
at
little
that.
Paintbrush. The paintbrush. here.
The purple jean. It's beautiful.
We gotta do a whole ranunculus video. People are gonna want the full tour.
They want the full lowdown.
Next week should
Just be ranunculus. That's a good idea.
Full variety.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings,
Right.
aspirations,
Right.
dreams.
Right. So the